Good morning everybody, out on another little ride around. I'm going to pop back into the Aylesford Friary. It was only a brief visit last time, and this time I want to get, if I can, next to the River Medway. Oh, it's got us all parked up. A lovely pond. Now just up the road, the Black Swan duck, we're just up on the bank. If I can get close to him before he takes off, is a heron. But if you do take off, there'll be a lovely big wing spread. Here he goes. Now, last time I came over here I didn't have the walkabout camera, and I was walking around with my helmet on. So very quiet. I just hope the sun is not getting into the camera lens too much. Well, this doesn't look like the way to the river. Go down here and see what happens. Right. Well, I'm still walking around the buildings. I must get somewhere soon. Well, that was a bit of a waste of time. I've been walking around for ages. I've called in the Pottery Shop and asked if I can get to the river. A young lad in there didn't seem to know for sure. Spoke to another guy. He said go up that bank, which I did, and there's nothing but bushes and stinging nettles. But he did say if I go back to Aylesford village, walk over the bridge and walk along the bank from there. Now I don't know whether I'm going to do that or not. Let's think about that. Well, despite what I said back at the Friary, I will walk up the riverbank on the other side. Just crossing the bridge, the new bridge, and then we'll park up by the old one. Somewhere here will do. Right, off we go. Don't know how far I'll have to walk to get opposite the Friary. At least it's a shaded walk. Well, I've been walking for a couple of minutes and can't see anything of it yet. There's a curve in the river. I suppose I'll just have to keep walking. Well, just around the bend there's a hint of the Friary. Now, there's obviously a way through the abbey, through the Friary, because I can see an open gate leading into the grounds on the other side of the river. So, a bit more reconnaissance. I'll try a bit further on. I don't think there's much point in my walking on any further. It's beginning to get past it now. The friary, that is, not me. Right, 10 minutes walking in that direction, I'm back at the bike. I'm pointing into the sun. I'm really testing my lens hood that I knocked up the other day. Oh, it's a good little walk. I enjoyed that. Right, swap over the cameras again. Another stop just up the Aylesford Road, about a mile out of Aylesford. And I want to walk back down the road because there used to be a little site of historical interest down there. Well, I've got a feeling it's been overgrown by the bushes. Yeah, I think it's about 200 yards down here, but I've got to keep a sharp ear and eye out because there's no footpath. Aha. Right. Trips over a route. It's a historical Neolithic stone creation and called Little Kit's Cotty House, or everybody just calls it Kit's Cotty in local dialect. Now these stones, rather much like Stonehenge, used to be a couple of uprights with one across the top, and they mark the entrance to a burial mound going back before the Saxon invasions. Not many people come here, because it's not a major site or heritage site, but it's the devil's own job to find. Well, you can see I had to leave the bike and walk down the road looking for that little gap in the hedge. I came out here the other day and couldn't find it. Right, found and logged. Right, all clear. Across the other side and walk back. Right, the camera's a bit reluctant to fire up. I have to take the battery out and put it back in again. Right, gently Bentley. These steps are not designed for comfort. More than a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's better. Promising gap in the hedge. I don't feel like walking too much further. Oh yeah. Now when I said old, I did mean old. This is Neolithic. I believe. Better read the notice. Sort of like a miniature Stonehenge. Shame about the railings around it, but yeah, Kitty House. Part of a rectangular stone burial chamber, which stood at the end of a large mound or barrow. Built during the early Neolithic period, 3500 to 2800 BC, and represent the burial places of Britain's early farming communities. Wow. It's a shame about these railings. Go around to the slightly higher ground here. Wowee. It has a magnificent view. I've rarely seen a place with such a view. Apparently they put the fence around it to protect it, because, as is common with people who've got no respect, there's various graffiti on there, various names. One dated, I think, 1806, another one for 1895. So yeah, fair enough, protect it. Careful around this side. Wow. Been standing here quietly all this time, all by itself. Right. I'm glad I found it. It was a long walk. One last look before I disappear around the corner and go back to the bike. Yeah, good. Don't like leaving the bike on its own for too long. There we go. Good heavens. All that way. Well, I'm going to let the camera hang. Right, nearly back at the steps. Oh, I'll be out of breath by the time I get up here. Yeah, right. I'll just come up 23 steps. 45, 26, 29, 30. 31 steps. Whew. Right. Gonna get my breath back. Right. Not supposed to stop on the road along here, so I pulled into this driveway just for the moment. Beautiful. Ah, very nice. Right, off we go again.